G'day plant friends and welcome to this video. My name is Scott and usually on this channel I grow avocado trees and I talk about them, but I also do other gardening related things, and one of these projects is growing vegetables on a budget. And today you might see behind me that my broccoli, which I've grown very cheaply, has encountered another pest problem, but I've got a solution and we're going to be looking into that today. So let's get to it.
We are growing vegetables on a budget.
That's right. Now you may remember that these plants were attacked by millipedes early on in their life, and they were doing okay. I then kept them in some greenhouses because they were pretty underdeveloped going into winter, and they've hit another problem. So you can see that they've been munched upon by slugs. Now slugs and snails are the culprit here. They have gone for the outside. You can see they've really ravaged some of those leaves and they are a problem. So I want to control them, but I don't want to spend any extra money on pesticides or snail pellets. So I'm going to use something which I have around the house every day, coffee. So I'm going to make a coffee spray for these plants. But why coffee? Well, coffee contains caffeine, which is actually a poison. It was a poison that was developed by plants as a defense mechanism. As a plant, if you're able to prevent bugs or insects from eating your fruit, preventing your seed from developing and being able to go and make other trees, you're winning. So plants like coffee have caffeine in them. Coffee beans are actually seeds that come from the cherries, so coffee cherries are the fruit. And humans discovered that we really like coffee and the effects that caffeine has. It is poisonous for humans, but in much larger amounts. It's generally considered that a lethal dose is 150 to 200 milligrams per kilogram of body mass. And that's very difficult to do from coffee because coffee has about, well, a shot of espresso, pure espresso, which is one of the stronger forms of coffee, has about 65 milligrams of caffeine in it. So you would need a lot to be able to have a caffeine overdose. But don't try that. But we can use this knowledge that caffeine is poisonous to insects to our advantage at battling the slugs. So it's considered that you don't need very much caffeine to kill or deter slugs. And so we're going to use that to our advantage. So I'm literally going to take my broccoli out for coffee. I have an espresso machine, but if you don't, or if you don't drink coffee, you can use instant coffee, which is available pretty cheap. I don't like instant coffee. You can also brew your coffee through other means, any way that you would make a black coffee. Though it's generally expected that instant coffee has got less caffeine than other forms of coffee, but it should still yield the same results. I'm going to make a bunch of coffee. I've made almost a litre of espresso here. I probably won't need it this strong, but it's not going to harm my plants it being this strong. I'm going to wait for it to cool to room temperature so I don't scald my plants, and then I'm going to put it in a spray bottle.
Now I'll give everything a really good spray, and that includes the top of the soil. I want to get a bit of water in there as well. And I want to coat the tops and bottoms of the leaves, make sure that there's no part of the plant that hasn't been sprayed. I'm also going to spray just around and all the other plants that are around these broccoli.
You might think that, oh, I can just water with coffee. Well, no, you shouldn't do that because coffee is quite acidic. You're going to cause problems if you give your plants soil, particularly the roots, too much. But just drenching and misting your plants like this shouldn't be a problem for your plants, but it will be a problem for anything that wants to eat your plants. I'm also going to use the used coffee grounds to dress my soil. Now, used coffee grounds don't have as much caffeine. They still have a little bit, and it is going to act as an extra deterrent for the insects and slugs that might try to eat them. It's also, I found, an effective way to prevent other local wildlife from munching on plants that you don't want them getting. I've had problems with possums in the past, particularly with my sunflowers, and I found that using coffee as a soil dressing produces an odour which most wildlife will want to avoid. I'm also planting some extra seeds in the pots that don't have any living broccoli in them anymore. And I'll pull out that dandelion. And there we have it. I'm going to repeat this process twice a week for the next few weeks until it is under control. So thank you very much for watching this video. I hope that you have enjoyed it. I'd love to know what you thought about it in the comments below, and let me know if you try this and it works. Please make sure you subscribe to Scott Grows an Avocado Tree so as not to miss any more avocado or growing vegetables on a budget updates. Thanks once again for watching, and I will see you next time.
Scott grows an avocado tree. Scott grows an avocado tree. Scott grows an avocado tree. Scott grows an avocado tree.